Okay, hello chess players, here we go. Bullet chess time. We've got a Sicilian, open Sicilian, probably a Najdorf, Dragon, okay. Dragon's nice. Okay, we're gonna play the main line. Okay, we're gonna play bishop there. Okay, I'm gonna play the refutation. It's supposed to be king b1, and then hopefully I can remember the refutation. It's a long line actually. Queen c7 is correct, h4, h5 is not a move. Okay, I'm gonna play g5. I don't think h5 is a move. I don't think you can do that. I think this is just like winning. Yeah, we're gonna take. King takes. I think we can just rip here and it's over. I'm gonna play that check. Yeah, this check is fine. Open the file. And then like literally anything at all. Like bishop c4 should be fine. Threatening rook h1. And that's game over. Yeah, so the theory there is a little bit more complex than what he just did. What he just did, I think h5 is not great there. A lot of people think that you can just throw an h5 and it doesn't make any difference. For starters, this line is already frowned upon by the theory. The theory thinks king b1 is practically a refutation. The computer gives h5. No way. Okay, so people have tried this before because what I was familiar with here was this idea with rook fc8, which I guess is much more common, 281 games. So that's probably why I wasn't familiar with the other move. It's rook fc8 is the theory, and then it's like h5, and then it's queen a5. So part of the reason this is unsound for black is black ends up two-stepping the queen because the king b1 move makes black two-step the queen, and then you just don't have enough time to get a good position. So like hg6, for example, they can play hg6. Hg6 is the more common move, but hg6 and fg6 lines are surprisingly similar, even though in the fg6 lines the bishop can retreat to f7, which makes a little bit of a difference. But the primary idea is still about the same. What you do is you play like a3 because you got to prevent rook c3 followed by queen a2, and then they're going to play rook a b8, and then you play, that's right, bishop d3, and then b5, and then queen g5 is the idea. And this is basically supposed to be the de facto refutation. The main idea is that knight d5 or e5, one of these two moves is coming. And people try all kinds of different stuff. They tried d5, and in this case, just knight d5 is supposed to be essentially winning. One of the ideas is actually pretty cute. Like after takes, and like let's say they play b4, this bishop g6 move is completely winning. One of your threats is like bishop h7, and amongst other things. So like b takes a3, there's a game, and then yeah, rook h7 is an idea, and of course they don't have knight takes h7 because I think it's actually bishop. Is it either bishop f7 or bishop h7? Bishop h7. I don't think bishop f7 works. Oh, it still works. Okay. Bishop h7 is more sound though. And then queen g7, king here, and then bishop f5 to cut everything off. And then the critical thing is you're not getting mated down here. So like if they play rook b2 check, you just take it because they don't have time. Because they don't even have time to recapture because you have that mate. So that's the theory. But h5 threw me for a loop. So like I played g4 right away, and let's see, does the theory like, I think g4 right away is fine. We've got a couple games in that. And knight d5 right away is also fine. Knight d5 also makes sense, of course, going after the squared bishop. So g4, we got hg5, h5 immediately. This is just winning, right? If they play hg, they got to play something else. Maybe queen a5 is a little bit more interesting. It's still advantage white, though. Okay, so h5 is like, oh, it wants rook h5. I played bishop g7, which should also work, and it does. Okay, yeah, you just can't take the rook. You got to play rook h8 and try to survive a piece down. So yeah, and then this is simple. Does it give bishop c4? I wonder. No, bishop c3. Bishop c4 is the same. So, and now it likes bishop c4 better, but I like bishop c4 because like I wasn't sure like if he took, like if the bishop could defend or something. I like to make contact, with my clearance sacrifices. If I make contact, I always feel like it gives him fewer options. I don't have enough courage to play like a non-contact clearance move. That's just a human preference, I guess. Anyways, hope you found this video interesting, informative. Hope you learned something new about chess. Hope you can use some of these ideas in your own games. Thank you very much for watching.